Tonight in Washington, D.C., the heroes of World War II who freed the Jews from their Nazi prisons are being honored. A sunrise ceremony at Arlington National Cemetery paid tribute to American and Allied troops. They were the first to open the gates, freeing prisoners at Nazi death camps. The liberators have their own place in the new U.S. Holocaust Museum. It will be dedicated by President Clinton tomorrow.
That museum is a very powerful testimony to the horrors of Nazi rule a half-century ago. We sent Fox 45 News at 10's Jennifer Gilbert to Washington, D.C. for a first-hand look at the Holocaust Memorial Museum, and she joins us now from our newsroom to tell us more. Jennifer?
Jeff, it's been 50 years since the Warsaw Ghetto Uprising, an anniversary that coincides with the long-awaited opening of this National Holocaust Museum. The $168 million museum opens to the public Monday, but we had a chance to see it through the eyes of a Baltimore couple who survived the Holocaust against the odds and hope the world will never forget.
You have to tell the story for generations to come.
The story is a painful one for Paul and Sonia Diamond. The nightmare of living in Nazi-occupied Poland more than 50 years ago still haunts them.
A lot of times I scream, my wife wakes me up too. I mean, she says, well, you know, it's a bad dream. But constantly is that with me, you cannot forget.
You never forget it?
I never can forget it.
And seeing these remnants of history for the first time brings back a flood of difficult memories.
I'm getting speechless when I see that all the time, because you know, it reminds me back what we went through over there, and we got to live. The life got to go on.
Paul and Sonia met in the early 40s when the Nazis forced Polish Jews into ghettos to live in squalor, most eventually to meet death.
That's exactly what they did in our ghetto. And to my family, my father and mother, I didn't see. I know my mother, the father, at some place they killed him. They tried to kill us physically and mentally, and they did everything possible.
Paul was shifted in and out of labor camps while Sonia struggled in the ghetto. She remembers being caught one night when she sneaked out for food. She wasn't wearing this yellow Star of David, what Nazis forced Jews to wear.
Why they didn't kill me that time on the spot? I guess I have to be here to tell the story. I guess I was very lucky.
Rail cars like this were used to transport Jews to labor in concentration camps. Some people never got out of them alive. How many people would be in a car like this?
Maybe 100, maybe 120.
100 people in here.
And nobody could lay down. They just pack them in like herring and just stay one to each other like this over there.
They got suffocated, some just dropped dead, got a heart attack, or whatever.
Hundreds of pictures cover a museum wall. Paul scans them with hope he'll see a familiar face.
I'm still always looking. I always think maybe I'll get somebody, maybe I'll find somebody.
A pile of battered shoes, a haunting reminder of the 6 million Jews stripped of everything, even life itself.
Did you read what it says over there? We are the shoes, we are the last witnesses. And we are shoes from grandchildren and grandfathers.
It's a little still scary. It's scary. I feel like I'm almost there, you get. You know, that's the very feeling you get.
An etched glass wall bears the names of cities the Nazis took over. The Diamonds search for theirs.
Right here my city, Holocaust, right here. There I was born, right here.
It was a love affair born out of survival. They met 6 different times during the Nazi occupation, but it wasn't until after the war they would marry. Both managed to escape the mass destruction of their ghetto. Sonia by hiding out in a barn in a forest. Both lived for years posing as non-Jews with stolen passports.
I never knew it. I'll be living the next day. In fact, a lot of times it was so what I felt, I would give up and be done with it because, you know, I'm not going to make it.
The Diamonds see the museum as a living legacy, a monument to carry on the story when they and other Holocaust survivors no longer can.
The world
should
see it.
We hope it never happen again.
Because some people saying it never happened, what the Germans, what they did to people for no reason, because they call themselves Jews. I think the world should see it. That should never happen to nobody. This is the monument, this is the museum, but I hope it will stay forever.
Now, as a side note, the Diamonds came to the United States in 1947 with no money and little education. Well, they started a small grocery business here in Baltimore and went on to own a chain of stores. They see the opening of this museum as another chapter in their American dream. Jeff?
Extraordinary. Thank you very much, Jennifer. Incidentally, Jennifer Gilbert is the newest member of the News at 10 family. We certainly welcome you on board the News at 10 staff.
Thanks, Jeff.
Glad you're with us. Well, coming up next in Suburban News tonight, a train derailment is blamed